This is essentially how I feel almost every day. When I wake up in the morning, I check headlines, what's going on. Let's dig into this. SEC Grayscale decision expected this week. Crypto may gain bigger momentum. Now, that's a headline from today, August 15th. It's kind of a big day. This Friday might actually prove to be the bigger day. I'll explain why in a minute in relation to the Grayscale ETF. But the reason why I wake up and I check the headlines and it kind of drives you a little crazy is at the same time this is happening, we have headlines like this. Europe's first spot Bitcoin ETF is going live. At the same time that's happening, SEC delays all Bitcoin ETF decisions until 2024. It's this conflict where we see the United States just falling behind so rapidly. All these ETFs, these spot ETFs, all of these firms in this fight with the SEC, Coinbase in this fight with the SEC, Binance US in this fight with the SEC, SEC straight up just continuing to go to war with the crypto space and with innovation in the United States. This is a headline. Then we're going to get into this Grayscale news. Europe's first spot Bitcoin ETF is going live. ETF trading under the ticker Bcoin. A spot Bitcoin ETF directly holds Bitcoin, letting investors tap into its price without directly buying or handling the crypto. A futures-based Bitcoin ETF focuses on the futures market, which comes with its own set of challenges and risks. That was approved by the SEC, by the way, the futures. While U.S. regulators have approved futures-based Bitcoin ETFs, they've thus far rejected numerous spot Bitcoin ETF proposals, voicing concerns about potential market manipulation and fraud due to insufficient trading surveillance. It is exciting to see Europe moving ahead of the U.S. and opening up Bitcoin investing for institutional investors who want safe, secure access to the benefits of digital assets using familiar and regulated structures like our ETF, Bednall said in a statement. If you're in Europe, obviously it's good. It's good news. But even no matter where you are in the world, I don't think what's happening in the U.S. is really good for anybody in crypto. Because again, SEC dragging their feet with all of these things. I just said another continent, a step ahead of the U.S. in a tweet. That was my reaction to the news. Originally saying another country, but listen, I just woke up and I posted that. So here's the news, right? That is in favor of a potential bullish narrative. But yet again, will it be delayed? That's the question. Comment below, let me know your thoughts on this. And hit that like button on your way in as well, if you could, everybody. I really appreciate your support. So here's what we have going on. The subject of the lawsuit is the SEC refusing to allow Grayscale to convert its Bitcoin Trust, GBTC, into a Bitcoin spot ETF. And the verdict of the court is expected today, August 15th. Grayscale, spearheaded by CEO Michael Sonnenschein, filed a legal complaint against the SEC in June last year after the regulator rejected their bid to turn GBTC into a full-scale Bitcoin ETF. Back then, in an interview to CNBC, Sonnenschein stated that the regulatory agency was acting arbitrary and capricious since they had allowed several Bitcoin futures ETFs to launch. And it's so true, right? So here we have John Deaton kind of diving into some things, retweeting this tweet by Eric over here. And he's a ETF analyst from Bloomberg, I believe. ETF analyst for Bloomberg. Very good possibility we learn Grayscale SEC outcome tomorrow around 11 a.m. This was yesterday. Only a small fraction of cases have taken longer to get decision. So odds are pretty good. And then John Deaton kind of expands on this a little bit. Be on the lookout today or Friday for a potential decision. We're going to talk about that Friday decision in a second. This should hopefully give crypto even more momentum. Even though arbitrary and capricious is a high and difficult standard to meet, I've always maintained the SEC will lose if someone fought back regarding a spot Bitcoin ETF. And that was before the SEC approved a 2x leveraged futures ETF. The surprise will be if the SEC doesn't lose. So this is all happening right now. I mean, this is kind of based around this time frame of 11 a.m. And as I record this video, it's 10:28 a.m. But to kind of further dig into this, Eric followed up and he said, to be clear, it's possible we don't hear too. We don't hear as well. But that would make this case somewhat of an outlier. Again, He continues retweeting Scott Johnson. Scott, who has more legal IQ than me, likes this Friday. These cases are announced on Tuesday and Fridays at 11 a.m. So that really kind of just hones in on the actual time frames. Today, Tuesday, 11 a.m., or Friday, this Friday at 11 a.m. Either way, point is, it's time to be on the lookout. And you can kind of go over here and you can just start looking at all of the news going on around the ETFs. This was from the other day, August 10th. ETF expert Nate Garassi says he sees Grayscale winning their lawsuit against the SEC, leading to a 100% chance the spot Bitcoin ETF is approved. So with all of the delays, with everything SEC is doing, pushing everything, into the future, not actually making any decisions, I'd be really surprised to see this go in favor of crypto enthusiasts. But that's just me kind of treading lightly and waiting for the news to drop. Maybe it will be today. I'm about to upload this video. This news could come out that it's, in favor of the Grayscale ETF, or that SEC is just, kicking the can down the road once again. This could be today, 11 a.m. or Friday, 11 a.m. But this is something to keep our eyes peeled for, I would say. So wanted to cover this brief news. Either way, everybody, we continue just to kind of get through this. And it might be a case where we do have to wait till 2024, where we get a new administration, if we're successful in voting out the current administration. So we'll continue tracking all of this news, everybody. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I will see you all in the next video. God bless.